Welcome back. Now let's create a new script called gunmanager. This will be responsible for adding and removing different guns from the player. Create a new game object inside of managers called gunmanager and assign the script to it. Now open the script gunmanager and create a new serialized field game object for the gun prefab. Then add a transform for the player and a list of vector 2's called gun position, and an integer to store how many guns we have spawned. In the start method, we set player to GameObjectFindPlayer.transform, and to the gun positions list, we add a new vector 2 with the values -0.7 and -0.15. Then we add another position with the x value +0.7 instead. Then we make a new method called addGun, in which we set a position variable to the gun positions list with the index of spawn guns. Then we instantiate a new gun at that position with quaternion identity for no rotation. On the gun script on the new instantiated gun we call setOffset and pass the position. Then finally we increase the spawn gun's integer by 1. We use the setOffset method from the gun script which we created in the previous video. In the gun manager, we can now call addGun twice in the start method to make the player start with 2 guns. Back in the Unity editor, we make sure we apply the changes we have made to the gun prefab, and then we can remove it from the scene. Then drag and drop the gun prefab into the gun manager script. Now we should have 2 guns, but we only see 1. The reason for that is that we forgot to remove the setOffset method call from the start method in the gun script. Remove that line and we should be fine. Beautiful! Now the little egg guy runs around shooting with both of his guns. Now we can add more positions to the list if we want to be able to have more than 2 guns. Use gunPositions.add and pass the vector 2 offset of your choice, depending on how far from the player you want each gun to be. Then for testing purposes, we can add a check in the update method to see if player presses the button G, and if so, we add a new gun. Then we can see where all the guns are spawned depending on the positions we passed. This will be fine for now. Now I want to increase the speed of the projectile. So in the projectile script, we can increase the speed from 12 to 18. Awesome! The last thing to do in this video now is to give the gun a shoot animation. Open the gun prefab, and in the animation window, we create a new clip called Gun Idle. When the gun is not shooting, we will just rotate it a little back and forth. Then we need to create a new clip called Gun Shoot. When shooting, I want to scale down the X of the gun and increase the scale Y a little, then make it go back to its default scale. In the animator window, we make a new trigger called shoot and a transition from any state to gun shoot based on the shoot trigger. Remove the transition duration and exit time on this. Then we need a transition from gun shoot back to gun idle. It can just have an exit time of 0.2 and a transition duration of 0.1. Now we need to call the setTrigger method when shooting in our gun script. Call anim.setTriggerShoot. And finally, our guns are totally animated and it looks fantastic. That's it for this video. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching.